Can you have a social media summit if social media like Twitter and Facebook aren't there?
No, it's ridiculous. It's just a gathering of the people Bad Parcell wants to work on the campaign with. It seems like it's the plans for 2020, how they're going to handle things. And you can't have a summit without it's not a serious summit. It's just it's a sideshow. And, it's a lot of very conservative people that use Twitter and things like that with a couple of crackpots mixed in.
I don't use the phrase disrespectfully, but it is loaded. Is it a show trial for Facebook and Twitter?
It's just a lot of blather. It's on an issue. There's a lot of serious issues that we have to deal with facing tech and regulation, and this is just typical of the thing that isn't the problem as much. This idea that these groups are being discriminated against. It's just that there's no evidence. They just say it, which is very typical for this gang, and then they don't have any proof for it. They don't have any way to there's real problems with tech, and there's real regulations we all need to think about smartly. This is not that.
Kara, I was struck, though, that they invited PragerU, which is a company that has run into a lot of trouble with YouTube. I think they might have taken ad dollars away because they didn't, approve of their messaging or what have you. I mean, there are a lot of people who, to your point, have very serious concerns that they're not able to get the eyeballs, the ad dollars, the platform on social media because their views are not shared, I guess you could say, by the people who are running these platforms. And all the news announcements we've seen lately seem to point more in the direction of more policing of content and not less so. I mean, we do have free speech in this country, and these platforms, I think, are caught in the middle of that.
Let me just say, this is not the public square. Free speech is about the First Amendment, and it says Congress shall make no law. These are private companies. They can do whatever they want, like other private companies can do whatever they want. And so this conflict, this mixing of public and private together just creates confusion. And so I saw one of the quotes from someone attending the summit. They're like, these are the public squares. They're not. They're actually private squares. And so they can make those decisions. And what happens is a lot of these people attending break the rules of these platforms, and they don't like being told they can't break the rules of the platforms. President Trump does it all the time. I wrote a column in the New York Times this week about that. He gets off because he's a newsworthy subject and is allowed to do this. What
rules does he break?
Oh, he constantly, there's all kinds of rules. Other people have been kicked off for things that he has done, and there's lots of examples of where he goes too far. It's possibly violence incitement. Some of them are like the way he talks about people, promoting hate, some of the stuff around women and immigrants. It goes on. It doesn't matter. He gets a pass on this kind of stuff. So he's a newsworthy subject.
Is there a point at which Twitter might ban him?
Yes. They say they have a line. He has not crossed it yet, apparently. I don't know what that would be, and I couldn't even imagine what he could tweet. But the fact of the matter is, he is a public figure, and one of the things that was interesting is this week, one of the courts ruled he had been blocking people who say things that he doesn't like or this and that. Whoever's running, Dan Scavino, I think, is running the Twitter account. Now he can't do that. He's not allowed to block anybody because he's using his Twitter handle for government.
Ironically, Twitter this morning came out and said we maybe are going to allow you to block tweets, tweet replies. So I guess, Carrie, your point about these being private versus public forums, and again, the purpose of this meeting and the way that the laws are going would suggest, okay, well, then these companies face a choice. I mean, if they're seriously going to kick the president off the site, it's going to be bad for business. So if they want to have the biggest market share possible, they probably need to make sure that people don't feel like they have to go to some alternative platform in order to be heard.
But they're not going to kick him off. They're just never going to. Actually, they are married together in the most fantastic. Donald Trump should send flowers to Twitter every day. This has been a critical part of his governing. It's been a critical part of his campaigning. Just this week, he tweeted something about the census question, and lawyers for the Justice Department, after the Commerce and Justice Department had said the opposite, he called what they had said, they work for him, fake news. And then in court, the people who were charged with doing this said, we don't know what he means because he's governing by Twitter.
I wonder, Kara, it's just making me think, I'm just going to throw this out there, if the president became dissatisfied with either the way these companies were handling other voices on the platform or his own, what if he said, you know what, fine, I'm leaving, I'm going to Twitter, or I'm taking me and my followers and all of that value to Twitter. I'm taking it with me. I mean, would that be a serious threat to this company?
No, don't let the door hit you on the way out. No, because he can't leave. He doesn't want to leave. It's a great platform for him. and there's nowhere to go. I outline this in this column. You know, he's not going to get the same hot pop from Facebook, certainly not from Snapchat. That doesn't work that way. You know, Reddit doesn't. It's just this is the perfect marriage of a person and a media. And he is it's sort of like JFK and television. This is his medium. This is where he rules. I sometimes call him the troller in chief, but he's good at it. And you know, there's others that are good at it. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is good at it. That was a controversy earlier today with Nancy Pelosi. You know, he should thank Twitter for being here. And I know he said in a tweet today he would have gotten elected without social media. They helped him quite a bit. They helped him quite a lot to reach his base, to say things, to make allegations, to attack people. It's literally the best thing that ever happened to Donald Trump is Twitter.